There's an Indigenous education committee here at the school where some other teachers sit on it with me, and we come together to plan kind of once a month a whole school-wide initiative. So we did things like the Red Dress Project, where we collected some red dresses and had them set up around the school just to give more knowledge about the missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada. We also did, each class was provided a profile of a missing woman, one a week for 4 weeks, and they just kind of talked about that profile. I have a group of 7 highly complex kids in this class. So they have things like autism or Down syndrome. Some of them have multiple disabilities. When we're doing something around reconciliation, generally we'll bring in another class. So we'll invite like a religion class or a leadership class or an English class or something, and we'll do kind of a combined thing. So this year we've done a couple things. So surrounding Orange Shirt Day, we had a celebration in here. We all wore our orange shirts. Then another time we had a leadership class come in and we worked on making dream catchers together. And so our complex needs kids and the leadership class all made their own dream catchers, and we had kind of a discussion about why dream catchers are important, some of the teachings behind dream catchers and things like that. We also did a little bit of a reconciliation project where we had cut out big hearts, and actually they're on doors still of classrooms around the school. And so for that, we invited a religion class in, and we just kind of tried to think about words that help build relationships, because we talked about the fact that reconciliation is about building relationships. So I had the complex needs kids come up with what does it mean to build a relationship with somebody? One of the biggest celebrations that we have here at Archbishop Jordan is our grad blessing ceremony. So at the end of the year, all of our grade 12s get together and they go through this grad blessing. And last year was the first year that we thought, hey, maybe we should do something special with an elder, bring in an elder for our Indigenous students who are graduating. So last year was our first Indigenous grad blessing ceremony, and this year was our second. So what happens in that ceremony is an elder comes in and they bring with them gifts for our Indigenous grads. So our grads who identify as First Nations will receive an eagle feather, and our grads who identify as Métis will receive a Métis sash. The elder comes in and they give a little bit of a teaching about the eagle feather, teaching about what it means to get a sash, what it means to have this responsibility, what graduation means. So last year, Elder Teresa Strawberry came in and did the grad blessing for our students, and this year we were fortunate enough to have Elder Wilson come in. And so they get to spend some time with an elder, and for some of our graduates, this is the first time that they've really been that up close and personal with an elder, and that's a really powerful teaching for them. I think high school is a great time to continue that discussion, and I think it's a really important time because you're dealing with students who are almost 18. They're at the age where they're making their own decisions, they're going out in the world, they're really broadening their scope of people that surround them every day. And having that conversation about reconciliation, having that understanding about Indigenous people, their history, their culture, their pedagogy, and not only the negative parts, but the beautiful parts, the parts that we maybe in our Western communities and cultures need to take a little bit of a learning from too, having that will help them kind of shape themselves as they move into the world.
Five schools were chosen across the province to be paired with 5 schools in Finland. We were paired with a school in Valo, and they are a very small Indigenous community with the Northern Sami people. When we went to Finland, we were able to see the culture and learn from them and how they have worked at reconciliation. When they came here to Alberta, we tried to showcase a lot of our Indigenous. We had a lady by the name of Guta Demery come in, who talked about the Inuit. We went to Maskwaci School, where we were able to learn about the Cree. They got a bigger worldview when it comes to understanding our Indigenous people, their life, their culture, their story. Our school was proactive in March, raising awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women. We did the Red Dress Project, where we went to the community to look for red dress donations, and each red dress was hung in the foyer of the school. I think we collected about 80, and they were to represent a missing and murdered Indigenous woman.
Educating our students, educating our young people, exposing the truths, making people, take a step back and realize that these are really terrible things and not acceptable. And collectively as a country, we could even follow the Finnish example and make us a forerunner globally about what we can do to make things better for everybody in this country.